Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel for the next video. In this video we'll see how to perform the first practical, that is simple calculator application using Servlet. This is based on Mumbai University syllabus, the enterprise Java subjects of TY.BSc IT semester 5. So now start with that practical. So we'll perform this practical in NetBeans. So first we will see that NetBeans is open here. So you have to just start with that NetBeans application. So first of all, just click on this file. Yeah, so go to file, then click on the new project here. Then you know that from the left side, from the categories, you have to start with this Java web. So select the Java web since we are performing that solid application. Then from the right side, you have to select the web application. Now click on next button. After this there is a project name, so you have to select the project name. So just give the name of the project here. So write down enterprise Java practical 1. So we'll write this enterprise Java practical 1. Now again click on next button. Then you can see here the next at the next window, the name of the server is Glassfish server, then Java EE version, that EE7 here. Now click on next. So from the next window again you have to select the there are different frameworks, but no need to select the framework. So here we are using a simple application, so just click on the finish button. Just wait here. When you finish the button, you know that in the left side you will see that their practical will come here. So that the name of the practical is Enterprise Java, and this is the file name. Then in the right side, this HTML page will come for writing the application here. So this is this HTML page is just for for writing that creating the GUI page. Now this is the servlet application, so you have to start with the server. So we need the server page. So go to file. You know that there is a project, there is a file, there is a services. So you have to go to services. From the services you have to go out to server. Just explore the server. Then you can see that there is a Glassfish server. So you have to explore this Glassfish server. So just right click here and you have to start this Glassfish server. So wait just when the Glassfish server will be on. When it will be on, that you can see that green arrow button here, right? So just wait for that Glassfish server to be on here. So just you can see that the processing will be on here. Now you can see that the Glassfish server is on. Now you can see here that green arrow is here. Now here we are performing that this calculation, that simple calculator, right? So here in this project Enterprise Java practical 1, there is a web page. Under the web page you will have this index.html file. So index.html file, this is the index.html file, right? So here we'll write the code for creating the GUI here. Now you have to use one more, that Java file. So you have to create the Java file also. This is known as servlet page. So how to see how to create the servlet page? So we'll go to source package here. So under this project file, that you can see the first file is that web page, in the source package, in the library, and in the configuration file. So you have to just go to right click that source package, right click, you can see that new, then click on new. You can see that there is a servlet page, so you have to select the servlet. Now just write down the name of the class. So this is the name of the servlet page here, right? So I will write here calculator servlet. So this is, just write down the calculator servlet. Okay. Then project name is given, that the source package, the location, the source package here. Then you can give the name of the source package, but not necessary. Then you click on this next button here. Then there is a next window, that is the configuration servlet deployment. So here you have to select this web.xml file, that is add information to the deployment descriptor. Select this and then click on the finish button here. Now this is the Servlet page where you have to write down the Java code here, right? So this is the Servlet page where we'll write down the Java code. So unnecessary codes, just remove that unnecessary codes from here, right? So we'll come back to this particular page here. First we'll create the our GUI page, right? So before going to this device, so now come back to this web pages. Under the web pages, click on this index.html page, right? So this is the index.html page. So what we are performing here, just look at this. We just need two text boxes, right? So we'll need the two text boxes. Yeah, so these are the two text boxes. Then we need radio button, right? So radio button, so that 4 radio button, right? So 4 radio button. Yeah, so this is so there's 4 radio button, right? So for the operations, for different operations, operations, or you can say that add, subtraction, then multiplication, and then division. So these are the 4 operations which we will perform here. Afterwards, what we'll do, we'll add 2 buttons here. So this we'll use 2 buttons, right? So these 2 buttons, one I can say that reset button, one I can say this calculate button. Yeah. So this is a calculate button, right? These are the 2 buttons. Yeah. So 2 text boxes, then 4 radio button for performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and 2 buttons for you know that reset and the calculate. So we'll write down the codes here. So under the body tag, we'll start with that form tag. So right here form, that form action, then action, you have to write down the Servlet page here. So calculated underscore Servlet, the name of the Servlet page is calculator. Remember, the name of the Servlet page must be same what you have written over there. So calculator Servlet, right? Then you have to just give the method here. So method equal to there are 2 types of methods, get and the post method. There is a form opening tag and the closing tag. So just select it, and whatever codes you write, that should be written within the form opening tag and the closing tag. So next, as you have seen that we have to use 2 text boxes. So we'll use 2 text boxes here. So right here, enter the just a minute, enter the first number. Yeah, so this is the first number. Yeah, so this is the first number. Then we will take the input box. So that is right here, input type is equal to input type is equal to text. Input type is equal to text. Yeah, so this is input type is equal to text. Then the name, you have to provide the variable here. So just write down here, name is equal to I will write here txt n1. Yeah, so this is txt n1. You can close it here. Then I will write br for breaking the line. So this is for breaking the line. The same thing you have to write down for the second input box. Just will copy paste, and yeah, so this is for the second line. For the second input, so I will change this as a variable name is txt n1, sorry n2, and that variable the number is here. I can write here that the second number, so I will write here second number. Yeah, so these are the 2 inputs. Then the next line you have to write down the that select the operation. So select operation, So we'll write down the select operation. So for selecting the operation, we need to add 4 radio buttons for different operations. So right here, input type. So input type is equal to this. Here it will be radio because we are using the radio button. Then the name is equal to, we'll provide the name here. So let's say that OPR. Then the value, because we'll use that operations, it will be plus, and then close it. So this is for the plus operation. This is called addition. Yeah, so this is called addition. Now you have to select. You know that you have to write down the other operations for subtraction, for multiplication, for the division. So for all the 4 operations, we need to change that. This is minus, this is multiplication, this is division, right? So accordingly we'll change the name. So it will be subtraction, it will be subtraction, then multiplication, and then division. So this is division here. Now we'll add the 2 buttons, right? So we'll add 2 buttons here. So this input type, just a minute, input type is equal to, I will just write on the series sheets. It is a simple. One more button I will write here, input. So this is input type is equal to, this is submit, and then value is equal to, I will write calculate, right? So this is for the button, these 2 lines for the buttons. Okay, so let's see that the entire code is written within this form tag, right? So this is opening form tag, this is the closing form tag. Then action is equal to calculator underscore solid, since this page will be redirected to the solid page. And then first 2 lines are for the input. Then we are selecting the operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And then there are 2 buttons, right? So after this we need to run the application. So how to run the application? Just right click on the mouse, just click on the run file. You can see that the project will run, but just we have created that GUI part, right? So you can see here that GUI has been just created here, right? So that enter the first number, second number, operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and these 2%. Now I will just change something, just line break. So we are adding some line break at each line, so it will be changed. They will be changed. Yeah, so this is BR, and again this is BR. Now if you run the program, you will see there is a change. These are the 2 lines, then the select operation, addition, subtraction, multiplication are in the new line here, right? So this is I have just created that GUI. Now we need to write down the Java codes. So where to write down the Java codes? We have to go back to the projects here. So that the project file is that Enterprise Java Practical 1. Under this I have created that source package. Under the source package there is just Java file. This is called as calculator underscore solid.java. So just click on this particular file here. As I have told you that you need to write the entire code for the Java at this particular file, right? So here what the code which is not required we will remove here, and then this is the class. The name of the class is calculator underscore solid, which extends the HTTP solid page. So always it will extend that solid page. and the code which we need to write, we have to write after this that try that print writer out equal to response dot get writer. So what we can do, we'll remove this page, right? So we just remove it. So it is written here to do out your page here. You may use that following sample code, right? So what you can use here, you know, and other things are here, out.println. This is the entire HTML code. So this code is required whenever you type it. So what I will do right now, I will remove all those things, right? So only I will just keep some lines here, HTML, then HTML. I will also remove this HTML head here, so HTML body here. I will just keep these two lines, right? So I will also remove this. I will remove this here. Okay. So this is HTML opening tag, HTML closing tag. So this is HTML opening tag and HTML closing tag. Or what I can do, I will remove all the codes. I will write afterwards. Don't worry. Now these are the two numbers. So we have to just write down the code, right? So just declare two variables here. So integer n1 equal to integer dot parse int. You know why we are using this integer dot parse? Because it is used to convert from one type to another type, and afterwards we have to take input when you run the program. At the runtime we have to take input. So the method is request. So it's you know that just press Control space bar, you'll get the method request dot get parameter. So you can see that this method will come. This is known as request dot get parameter, and then the value which we have to take as an input, because that will be you know that will be transferred to this particular variable n1. So here that the variable is that I have taken here that txt n1, right? So we'll take this variable, copy it, or you can just type it here, and we'll just provide put this variable here. So this is the first variable declaration, right? So same line will be used for declaring the second variable. So second variable, right? So just write down the second variable here. This is n2, right? So n2, and this the variable which is declared in that HTML page is txt n2. Okay. So these are the two values. These are the two inputs, right? And that will be stored where in the two variables n1 and n2. For you know that if you perform the addition, if you perform the subtraction, so these are the two values which will be used. Now afterwards that there is one more variable which will be used. So integer, I will that you know that the result, you can say that I will declare initially it is as 0. So integer result equal to 0. Then next what we have to use, we have to declare the next parameter, that is the input, that you have to use this operations, because every time we have to select the operation that either it is plus, either the minus, either whatever, depending. So we'll use that string here. So a string, then as variable is that a string OPR, right? So that is the operation here. So a string OPR equal to, again you know that we are again taking this is as an input here. So this is we are using that request. So Control space bar, request dot get parameter. So this is again another variable, get parameter, and provide the input as OPR. So this is yeah, so this is for selecting the inputs for the operations. Since when you run the application, so we are using the radio button, so we have to provide the conditions, whether it is a you know that there is a, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So we'll use the if condition, right? So we'll use the if condition. Then we have this OPR as a condition, this operation. So OPR dot equals, there is a method which we'll use as a, so OPR that method as equals method, and we are selecting initially it is a plus, right? So if it is plus, then the result equal to n1 plus n2. Yeah. So if the operation is plus, then the result will be addition of n1 and n2. So it will be repeated for the subtraction. So I will change it. I know that this is minus, so the value will be minus here. Okay. And if you apply for the multiplication, so just put here multiplication symbol, right? So it will be multiplication, right? So this is OPR dot equals multiplication, then the result equal to n1 into n2, or if it is division, so this is division of n1 and n2. Okay, so these are the four operations, right? We are selecting that if OPR dot equals plus, then result equal to n1 plus n2, or if OPR dot equals minus, then the result equal to n1 minus n2, or if OPR dot equals multiplication, then result equal to n1 into n2, or if OPR dot equals it is division, then the result equal to n1 divided by n2. The next thing is because these are the operations, now you have to display the values. So here, as you have seen, I have removed that codes, right? So I can write here out dot println. Okay, we need that HTML part here, so I will write here HTML part within the double quotes, then HTML opening tag, this is HTML close, this is so HTML opening tag, right? So this is opening tag. So HTML code closing tag will also be used here, right? So it is written under the opening tag and the closing tag. Then we'll have HTML this body tag. So this is the next one is opening body tag, right? So the next one is a body closing tag, right? So this is body closing tag. Yeah, so this is body closing tag. Now you have to, you know that the result is the variable is what, this is res, right? So result, every time the result is printed here. Result equal to n1 plus n2 is equal to n1 minus n2 is equal to multiplication of n1 into n2, or a result equal to n1 divided by n2. Okay, so we'll write the line for printing here, that out dot println. Yeah, under this within the double quotes, right? So we'll use h1 as a heading. Yeah, so this h1 closing tag. Okay, then we'll use this result is because after the calculation the result will be printed here. So result is, right? So it should be written that you know that the result will be printed. So every time, you know, the variable is what, res. So it is it should be written in double quotes. Okay, so this is what, this is concatenating the value. So concatenating that res that at the end will provide this semicolon here. So there is a semicolon, double quotes. Yeah, so this is your Servlet page. Once you write that Servlet page, now write down you have to run that Servlet page separately, and then you have to run the application. So just right click, run file, just run that application. So Servlet will be executed. Yeah, if any error will be there, then you have to just see. Otherwise, what to do, we'll see that previous application, as I have executed this, or I will go back to that particular file here. The file is this HTML. I will right click here, run the file. Yeah, so this I will check this 12 and this 12. Right, I will select the operation, addition, calculate. The result is 24. Again, I will select that subtraction. I will click on the calculate button. Result is 0. Then now I will select the multiplication. I will select the calculate button. The result is 0 here. That 144. Now you will apply the division, so then calculate that the result is 1, right? So if you see that reset button, so that value is reset already here. Either I can change some value here. I am taking that 24. I will use this addition, so calculate 36, then subtraction, then 12, then multiplication, right? So then division, right? And then go back and you just see that reset button, it will be on. So this is the first practical where we are performing that addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Thank you.